Hey guys, what's up? It's Joe Detective here, investigating your favorite movies, and oh my god, I need to be fast because I need to be on a call very soon, but today I'm going to be doing a movie roundup video where I talk about a bunch of movies I watched in August. So starting off with late July, I watched the film Summer Palace by Lou Ye. This is a really strange film, and I watched it for a very unknown, ambiguous reason that I may or may not reveal sometime in the future. But for one, this is a very typical art house romance film with a lot of meandering scenes, but with great performances and tasteful cinematography. However, the subject matter itself isn't really that provocative or interesting or relatable, and the mention of the Tiananmen Square massacre just feels like a side dish that didn't really matter to the overall story. I hate to say this, but it feels like a watered down Wong Kar-wai film. Unfortunately, not a big fan, 6 out of 10. And then I released my film Remain in Light on my YouTube channel. Please check it out. Please watch. And then on a plane, I watched the film The Way We Talk by Adam Wong. This is a new Hong Kong movie, and maybe I'll do a full-length review on this movie, but I know one of the producers slash co-writers of this movie, so criticizing this film is a bit difficult for me. I'll say this, it's a pretty strong film that sheds a really positive light on the deaf community, which I really like to see. But the second half introduces a love triangle element to the story which I didn't really like, but still a pretty solid film overall, 7 out of 10. Following that, I watched Bring Her Back by Raka Raka, aka the Filippo brothers. It's kind of a fun, straightforward horror film with some pretty good quirky moments and also a lot of amazing special effects, but the film overall is not that deep. Don't expect anything thoughtful or insightful about grief on this movie. 7 out of 10. Then I watched Existence by David Cronenberg, and whoa, it's freaking amazing. It starts off like a cheesy 90s sci-fi drama, but it becomes one of the most intelligent and insightful stories about the way technology is distorting our sense of reality alongside with our affinity to sex and violence. The bone gun is one of the greatest props I've ever seen in a film, and the ending is just one of the best from David Cronenberg. 9 out of 10. Then I watched April by Dea Kulubegashvili. This is the first Georgian film I've ever seen, and unfortunately it was a tad bit of a letdown. There are a lot of meandering long scenes that just didn't hit me as hard as I hoped it would, but the performances are great. I love the underlying message, just didn't click with me as much. 7 out of 10. Then following that, I finally finished Apocalypse Hotel, an anime, and I thought it was pretty fun and a weird little post-apocalyptic slice of life anime. I unironically like how messy the story is, like every single episode belongs to a different genre or something. 8 out of 10. Then, for my last theatrical experience in Hong Kong, I watched In the Mood for Love. It's my third or fourth time watching it, but it's my first time watching it on the big screen, and it is mind-blowing. It was really beautiful. I could really feel the strong sense of yearning and pain in this film, and the ending hit really hard as well. 10 out of 10. On top of that, there is an extra short film playing after that called In the Mood for Love 2001, which I thought was an okay short film. 7 out of 10 for that one. Then I watched Winter Light by Ingmar Bergman. This is a straightforward, simple, stripped back story about a day in the life of a priest who is also an asshole. This film is so cynical and so gray and so direct to the bone, it's actually admirable. 9 out of 10. Then I went to Japan. Then I came back and watched K-pop Demon Hunters, and it's pretty fun and campy for the most part, but I just can't help but feel like this is some kind of whitewashing of an Asian culture, and it just didn't really sit right with me. 5 out of 10. Then I watched Takopi's original Sin, and this is a much needed depressing anime, and man, it's depressing as hell. Some parts in the middle fall a bit flat, but aside from that, this is genuinely one of the most visceral and intense portrayals of abuse, neglect, bullying, and suicide. And while I'd love for the anime to explore these themes deeper, I also think it's done what it wants to do. 9 out of 10. Then I watched Bicycle Thieves by Vittorio De Sica. I watched Umberto D twice already, but I still haven't seen this film, which is incredibly ironic considering that this film is the more popular film. But anyways, this is fantastic and even better than I'd expected because it's such a tight story about how capitalism is ruining everything and resulting in unemployment, which is miserable. Being poor is miserable, and this film is unafraid to show how much it fucking sucks. 9 out of 10. And then I returned to LA, school started, and everything went to shit and hell broke loose, which is why I started it off with Rap World by Connor O'Malley. It's a pretty funny and wacky little 55-minute long movie and depicts 2009 in such an authentic way. The 3 male leads have amazing chemistry and they're all terrible people. 8 out of 10. Then for my Asian horror class, I watched Ring. It's a rewatch, and it's a slam dunk. It's amazing. Every single scene is phenomenal. I'm gonna quote my Letterboxd review here. This is a tale of broken families, patriarchy, and its victims. The enlacing of the otherworldly and the technological. Ocean waves, lost highways, cabins, lost media, TV static. All layered and intertwined into one of the most formally and narratively precise horror films of all time. Truly phenomenal in every way. Every cut is a knife whack to the cerebrum. Every close-up is filled with ghoulish lights in the characters' pupils. A curse on the run. 9 out of 10. That night, I was in my David Lynch class and I saw 3 David Lynch short films, which I really liked. Then the next day I watched High Noon for my script writing class, and this is one of the most American things I've ever seen. The story itself is pretty compelling, but I wouldn't see myself watching this ever again. 7 out of 10. Then I finished watching Secrets and Lies by Mike Lee. This is one of the most compelling scripts I've ever come across. The characters are so real, their struggles are so authentic that I can't help but be glued to the screen even though the whole film is just people talking. The acting is also absolutely insane. Marianne Jean-Baptiste and Brenda Blethyn act each other off, and Timothy Spall. Oh my god, what an amazing script, what an amazing film. 9 out of 10. And then yesterday, I helped out with the Hong Kong On-Screen Film Festival, and I watched 3 short films plus a documentary. Here you go. So yeah, these are the movies I watch in August. Comments below what you watch. Let me know, subscribe if you want more, and thanks for watching. I planned to watch The Virgin Suicide, and I couldn't finish it. So yeah, I'll watch that in September.